Welcome to A Shot of Joe, the place where you come to get enlightened and get empowered. Excited to have you with me here today. Please click that little button on the left. You can subscribe to my channel. I want to keep you up to date on what's going on during these very exciting times of a lot of change. So we're in the middle of this month. We have a lot going on right now. We are in the middle of these 3 portal openings. One of the things that you may be feeling right now is that you're living in 2 worlds. And what I mean by that is when you take this path, and what I mean by this path is the enlightened path, so to speak, or you take the spiritual path, however you want to describe it. When you go down this road, when you live this way, what starts happening is you start to move into a different place. And what I mean by that is you start to move out of the physical world in the sense that things that were important to you in the third dimensional world or the physical world are no longer important as you're moving forward. So maybe your job was very important, or maybe your possessions were very important, or your status was very important, or different things that as we grew up we placed a lot of value on. Maybe I wanted to make sure I had a family and I had kids and I had a house and I had this and I had that. And all of a sudden, as you start to move through this work, you start to say, well, these things are now not as important to me. I'm starting to move into a different place. I'm more concerned or more focused on, living a better life, leaving a good footprint, making sure that I'm a positive influence or force in the world. And as this happens, you start to, in effect, you're here and you're not here. And I've been feeling this for a long time, so I know what it's like. But right now, I have a lot of people contacting me about this and saying, I don't know what's going on. I'm like disconnected from everyone. I'm disconnected from family and friends and people I've known for a long time. And I feel like I don't even want to talk to anybody anymore. And I just want to be really quiet. And I'm not interested in all this, gossiping and all these things that are going on and people talking to me about redoing their kitchens or whatever it is. And again, this is not about judgment. It's really just about those things become less important to you. That's what we really start seeing, and you start to just drift into a different place. So it's a transition of energy that could be very strange, because you say, what's happening all of a sudden, or maybe over a period of time you've noticed this happen and you've become more and more separated. So this is a time where you do feel like you're in 2 places at once, because we are having a physical experience here in the world, but we are also, not only are we having a physical experience, we're also spiritual beings, right? We're beings of light, but we're having this physical experience because we chose to do so. So I'm learning to navigate both worlds at the same time. It's almost like I feel like I have 1 foot over here, 1 foot over here, and I'm trying to also live this life here and figure it out as I go along. So that's a very important part of it. So a very big piece of this puzzle is going to be being in acceptance, because you've got to accept that that's the circumstance you're in and understand that that's why you're here. I love the Jesus quote when he said, I'm in this world, but not of this world. So that's how you start to feel. But you want to accept that you chose to come here and have this physical experience. I think it makes it more palatable for us to say, okay, I came here. I decided I wanted to do this. I chose to do this. And that's what I want to do. So if you're starting to feel, if you're feeling that disconnect, if you're feeling like you can't relate to people, if you're having a hard time dealing with day-to-day mundane tasks, this is all normal and part of the transition. As you continue to evolve and move forward, you'll get better at managing it and dealing with it. But don't worry about it. It's nothing to worry about. It's just kind of an evolution of your soul, and it's part of you moving forward. The main thing, most important thing to do here is follow your feelings and do things that feel good for you and keep moving in that direction, and everything will be fine. So again, you're going to have that feeling of living in 2 worlds. It is normal as you evolve and continue to elevate. So keep up the great work. I'll see you soon.